Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 5, where today I'm going to be doing a German route, the Schnellfahrstrecke Köln. Mainly because I want to do this scenario, Snow and ICE. Take charge of an ICE 79 service operating westward through a winter blizzard. It looks interesting. I've just done a refresher on how to drive the ICE, so I shouldn't have any issues with that. I am recording this on the Thursday the 28th of August. And I know it's going live on the 1st of September. I will be getting Train Sim World 6. I just don't know which version yet. Snow and Ice. Wait for everything to load up. Welcome to Kornhout Bahnhof. This is an ICE 79 service on its way from Frankfurt to Brussels. Open the door to commence boarding. Door opening. Make sure parking brake is off before I... Just want to make sure everything is set up. Headlights are on high because it's bad weather. I haven't got time to go into the view cabinet at the moment. Release brakes. Locking doors. I'm going to be a bit cheeky and off we go. There's something in here I want to turn on. I just can't remember which one it is. That's the battery. PZB, OZB, Seafair. That's what I want to turn on. Do the horn as we leave. We can go up to, I think it's about 30 kilometers an hour at the moment. Seafair just gives me it's effectively AWS, but the European version. That signal is for the line on our left. Our signal is the one on the ground, which is showing clear. And then we've got green up ahead. Just coast a bit. There's a Talent 2 on the other line. Right, until I can get up to 70. Well, it'll actually be 60. But I can still apply a bit of power to get up to 60. I do have to keep an eye on that yellow exclamation mark down at the bottom right, because that's when I've got to press the Seafair button, or PZB, which is what does that. Ooh, that bit. Right, I should be able to go up to 80 shortly. Cut power a little bit because we're going to be getting at 60. There's the 80. And we are heading for Horem. I don't know where Horem is. I do know it's 17 kilometres, so we can actually get up to line speed. This is a bit different than driving the ICE stroke T, which you get on Frankfurt Fulda. Oh, we're accelerating a bit too much. We'll be on to the high speed section any second. There's another ICE3. Two ICE3s to combined, in fact. Okay, we can accelerate up to 140, and we'll look at our train. This is our train. Oh, there's a talent too. Oh, couldn't zoom in because I'd got the mouse deselected. Nice getting a bit of snow and having a sort of realistic journey. I don't know what time I'm meant to get to Stolberg and then Aachen. So we've only got 2 stops. Driving in snow is a lot more interesting than glorious sunny weather. I just have to keep remembering, if I don't press the B button on the controller I've got, then the train will stop. So anytime that yellow exclamation mark comes up, any second, come on, exclamation mark, that exclamation mark, I have to press B. Acting like a British driver. The reason I've got the horn controller visible rather than just looking out the window is so I can do two-tone. It's nice going quick. It can go up to 240 kilometers an hour, which is 160, I'm gonna guess. Oh, we can go up to 245, 260, 50. That is 160 miles an hour. Okay, Ghost. But also be aware of the fact that I'm going up a hill. Otherwise we'll slow down too much. UK, we do not have any railways that can do 160 miles an hour. The fastest is High Speed 1, which is 140 miles an hour. And as you can probably see, signals, while there are trackside signals, why is the brakes suddenly applied? I missed the CFA button, didn't I? I was talking, so it's slowing me down. I did not intend to have the brakes come on. Can I accelerate again? Yes. It might be because I exceeded the speed limit, maybe? I didn't notice. As long as I remember to press the CFA button whenever that yellow exclamation mark comes up, it won't do that. 20 kilometres to Duren. Okay, I can coast because we're going downhill. We don't need to go at dead on. Okay, we're slowing down a bit too much, so I want to get over 240 before I coast. Closer to 250. There we go. It's advised to coast rather than keep the throttle open, though I'm going to have to keep it up to about 50%, I think. Maybe a bit less. Let's try 30 or 20. Don't know when the next speed limit change is. I've just got to keep an eye on my speed and signals. That windscreen wiper is a bit thick. It hides the track quite a lot as it goes past. I'm trying to get this so I'm not going overly fast, but also not going slow, as it were. I don't want to be slowing down. It's delicate balance. We're going nearly at maximum speed. So, shouldn't be too late arriving at the next station. There's another ICE3. Single ICE3 this time. 6.8 kilometres till we get to Duren. Then we have to prepare to stop at our first stop, I believe. Yep, Stolberg. And we've got the final stop at Aachen. I'm earning some decent action points for staying under the speed limit. So that... ooh, I didn't see that speed limit change. I'm going to get down to the 160. Which is just after this station. There we go. We've got 18 kilometres to Stolberg, where we have to stop. There's the 160. I don't know how long this will last. Just that we're going slightly downhill. And we're on a section which is just 2-track. Oh, that's a nice structure. Probably look better in glorious sunshine, but we're not doing glorious sunshine. We're doing snow. Towards the end of the summer. That's quite cool. $15 kilometres. Less than 10 miles. Need a bit more power because we're going uphill slightly. Now we're going downhill again. Right, 13 kilometres. This is the high speed supposedly line, but 160 kilometres is quite slow compared to the rest of the high speed route. We're going uphill again. There's a Talent 2, so it's not the high speed line now. We're on the normal speed line. So 160 kilometres is about 100 miles an hour. For people who don't do metric. 10 kilometres. After we've stopped at Stolberg, we've got a short blast to Aachen. This is an older route. I think it's Transworld 2 age. So it won't be a long route. The routes on Transworld 6 will be longer. And I am seriously considering getting the version where you get all 3 new routes. That's Exeter to Plymouth, there's a German route and an American route. Exeter to Plymouth looks amazing, so we're going downhill. 6.7 kilometres. Haven't seen a speed restriction come in yet. Yeah, Exeter to Plymouth is modern day, so it'll be IETs, which are the class 800, similar to the ones on East Coast Way, but in Great Western livery. And then the German route doesn't include any new locos, which is a shame. And the American route, I'm not 100% sure on its name. Need to look. I do know that does include new locos and stock. The Penzance route goes past Dawlish, so that'd be brilliant with the steam engine. Do a scenario doing that. But it also, if you get the deluxe version of the game, you get the class 220 Voyager in cross-country livery. I can remember seeing them when they were brand new with Virgin Trains. 2 kilometres, so I'm going to have to start slowing down soon. Ooh, level crossing. Wasn't expecting that. Right. Okay, I've got to apply the brakes. Got a red signal. Go past this signal. Next signal, 1.8 kilometres away, is red. So I'm just going to coast a little bit. First tunnel on the line. Wonder why the signal's red. We'll be at Stolberg relatively soon. It just depends on how long it takes this signal to clear. There's the yellow, indicating that the next signal is red. And as soon as I am .500 meters away, I'll apply the brakes again. And start applying the brakes. It's not quite here. Let's just crawl forward. Can I? No route available yet. Let's just get a bit of power and get up to the signal, which is just up here. I want to actually stop where I can see the signal. That's a sign. Signal's just round the bend. There's where the stop is, 121 meters away. I have to stop where it tells me to stop, not as far back as I stopped. I think I'm going to be a bit late. Not sure. We're going up a 1 in 142. So trying to do this at slow speed and try and stop on the marker is going to be difficult. But the signal won't clear until I've stopped there. Interesting bit to add. There we go. Now we've got to wait for the signal. Dispatcher, we have a train dealing with an incident in the platform at Stolberg. You'll be routed around it shortly. Okay. Just have to wait. So it won't be my fault that we're late. Go via location Stolberg. So we don't actually have to stop in Stolberg. That's good to know. Just wait for the green signal. It's 210 or 110 through Stolberg. Then the speed can get back up to get to Aachen. Okay. Releasing the brakes. And going forwards. Not backwards, please. Thank you. Can't apply 100% power because we'll just have major wheel spin. Can do 50% or thereabouts. That'll get me up to speed relatively soon. Gonna have a 40 km/h speed limit, so I don't want to go above that. 110 through here. Going wrong road. Down to 40. This is a bit different. Going at 40. Wondering one of Europe's fastest high-speed trains. ICE being Intercity Express. Going at 40 kilometers an hour is really, really slow. We've got a green signal at least. And we go through Stolberg. And we can start accelerating slowly up to 60. And then once we're through Stolberg, we can go back up to 140, which is about 75 miles an hour. There's the train that's stuck. Next stop, 9.6 kilometres away. Should have got there for 9 o'clock. Well, it's not our fault that we got delayed by having to go on the wrong line. I pressed the button once. Cross back over onto the correct line. German trains run on the right-hand line, not the left-hand line, as we have in the UK. And once the whole train is back on the full line, for a second then I thought the exclamation mark was the speed limit going back up. Come on, there we go. Try and make up some of this lost time. I'm not going to make up much, because... Oh, wheel spin. I'm not going to make up much lost time, because of having to stop for the signal and... basically having that slow down when I forgot to press the CIFA button. But it's not like that line went off without points, or it looked like it. Didn't even hear any, so... Okay, power down a bit. That's the second tunnel and the third tunnel. We're now doing line speed. Slightly under line speed, over line speed even. There's another ICE. Cut power. Local station. That'll be served by the Talent 2s rather than the ICEs. Talent 2 is a BR442, which are relatively easy to drive in this game. Like the ICE and the locos on the other German route I've got, it does have CIFA. Also PZB, which I don't turn on this, even though the button I press is the PZB acknowledge button. It does clear the CIFA as well, which is basically the vigilance. That's what happens on British locos with the AWS. You're pressing the vigilance button rather than... Oh, I didn't notice that. You're pressing the vigilance button rather than a certain one for... or a special one for AWS. Still need to drop speed. Down to 100. And then we go down to 40, so we'll just brake 1B. Sehen wir Aachen. As I said, this is a much shorter route than the Frankfurt-Fulda West Coast Main Line South nearly at the 40-mile-an-hour zone. Right. We're going uphill slightly, so a little bit of throttle will keep power as we arrive at Aachen. We don't want to be speeding, but we also want to be able to stop anyway, so... I'm just maintaining a relatively steady speed. Going into platform 4. I know I've got it so I can look at the horn, and I just did a single tone horn, but I'm concentrating on driving at the moment, so doing the two-tone is a bit more complicated when you've got your mind on driving. Past the caution. Get to the end of the platform. And bring the train to a stop before the signal. Brake! Stop! 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 Oh, that just made it. Just. I'm dead on line with the signal. That was a bit dicey. In fact, that was very dicey. "7 minutes late. Thank you for completing this run. Let's see how you performed." Okay, I'll close the doors. And it doesn't let me close the doors. Oh well. Let's see how well I did. I was 5 metres long on the stop, but I got a gold medal. I got to Stolberg 5 minutes early. So that said 9 o'clock. But then it was another 11 minutes from there. Okay. At least I got a gold medal, which is the highest you can get on TSW5 routes. So, thank you for watching, and until Wednesday, be seeing you.